Born a Crime: Stories from a South African Childhood was written by Trevor Noah, and it is his memoir, autobiography of growing up in the apartheid era of South Africa. Trevor Noah is the current Daily Show host and a hilarious comedian. His book is about his daring and enterprising and sad childhood. It goes into his experiences with race, color, language, and social classes. This brings a personal story to something we may have only read in history books or heard of on the news. And for me, it really brought the situation, the systemic um, oppression that was occurring to to life. Trevor Noah is a comedian, so the book is full of jokes. I mean, yes, he tells you about some horrible and tragic things that have happened in his life, but there's also a lot of self deprecating humor as he grows up. One of the things that he said that kind of stuck with me, and you might have seen it around on the internet, is give a man a fish and you feed him for a day, teach him how to fish and you feed him for a lifetime. But Trevor Noah has added, it would also be nice if you gave him a fishing rod. Which is to say that even the most enterprising and intelligent people still need the raw materials and basic resources in order to be successful. I had the audiobook, which was narrated by Trevor Noah, and I think it really adds an extra spark to the book. If I was reading it traditionally on paper, I probably would have skipped a few parts that were redundant. But he's got such, I mean, obviously comedic timing and it's his jokes. So he kept the entire story pretty entertaining. So, yes, it is a funny book written by a comedian, but it's also a story written by an authentic voice. And this is why we need authors with different voices from different backgrounds. Because, yes, somebody else could have written this, could have written a story on apartheid, but I can definitely see the difference between books where the writer has set it in Japan and has Japanese people in it versus somebody who has grown up there as part of the culture. There's an authenticity to it and a richness of detail that someone from the outside cannot necessarily replicate. So I think it's important that we have stories from all different kinds of people. If you're interested in a memoir of apartheid South Africa, or even just a memoir on growing up in an oppressed socioeconomic class, this is an entertaining and thoughtful look into it. So if you like Trevor Noah and you don't mind a lot of cursing and maybe also some crying, then I would recommend Born a Crime.